And welcome back to The Factor. Former Boy Scout volunteer, 41-year-old David Nelson, has been sentenced to 22 years in prison for hiding cameras at a Missouri camp, Boy Scout camp. He was also slapped with a $61,000 fine. Investigators say he set up 2 hidden cameras aimed at the Boy Scout showers. Let's talk about it. And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Eduardo Lopez-Vicasas with SNAP. So, Eduardo, when you see a case like this, a man who volunteered with the Boy Scouts only to get close to these kids, to get nude photos and videos of them, your thoughts on this?
It is absolutely disgusting. And of course, it's very triggering for me in my past and what I went through in the Scouts and in the church and in the schools. So victims are automatically just reminded again and again and again of what we've been through. For these victims, it's especially hard because these videos that were taken of them without their permission are something that's going to follow them through adulthood and through the rest of their lives. And there's absolutely nothing that they can do about it. The money that is being handed out, which is almost $17,000, which is going to spread around several victims, is just a drop in the bucket, considering the fact that these are children that are going to have to go to therapy probably for the rest of their lives. And let me tell you, $17,000 is just not going to cut it. So you can imagine the future that these people have and what they're going to live with for the rest of their lives. Because the older you get, suddenly that's when you realize the damage that has been done to you. And the fact that one day you might accidentally just watch yourself on television committing a sexual act, which you were not aware of, that you were even filmed.
Right. And that's a scary part for these young people. Those videos could remain out there forever, no matter what law enforcement, what they try to do to scrub them off the internet.
Yes, exactly. There is nothing you can do. There is no recourse for these people as far as stopping the videos, because you know how quickly a video will spread, particularly in the underworld of sexual trafficking, and particularly when they're children, because these predators are just hungry for that. One person gets a hold of it and he sends it out to 10,000. And this is not just here locally, it goes out throughout the world. So I feel so sorry for these victims, because I know what they're going to go through for the rest of their lives. And it will always stay there. It's something that has happened in scouting. And I will tell you just a little story. When I was a scout in Galveston, I had a scoutmaster that had this habit of making Girl Scout cookies of us. And we would have to take off our clothes and lie on the beach naked. Wow. And then he would pour flour, milk, and sugar over us because he was making us Girl Scout cookies. Again, years ago, Isaiah 60 years ago.
Process that, Eduardo. And
that's what I'm telling you. You can't
immediately, or you just didn't know what was going on.
Yes, I told my parents. That was just the tip of the iceberg. It got worse from there. But however, I was very fortunate in the fact that something happened in Galveston with my scoutmaster, and supposedly I had been called to court, but that summer, my parents sent me off for the summer to California so that I wouldn't have to go and testify.
And of course, we live in a society where so many bad people like to plant those cameras, and and sometimes we just can't see them, but they're planting cameras everywhere, trying to take advantage of women, young children, whomever it may be, and we just have to be vigilant and keep our eyes open.
Exactly. We have to watch where our children are. We have to watch who is taking care of our children, and we have to listen to them, because this was the case over 60 years ago with me. My parents knew that something was making me uncomfortable. And when you see a child that is uncomfortable about going to a scout meeting or a brownie meeting or something like that, you need to listen to the child, because something could be going on and you need to stop it immediately as a parent.